Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome back to one more episode of Python 0 for everyone who has absolutely no clue, including me. I'm just a speaker. That doesn't mean that I have a clue what I'm doing. First of all, I want to wish you all a happy Pi Day. Um, it might seem very strange, but yeah, it's more March 14th, so maybe you can understand now why today is Pi Day. And also, please never forget next year that you celebrate this usually with Pi, of course. And indeed, we did today at the office. We celebrated Pi Day with Pi, and also I must acknowledge chocolate pudding, very nice. So enjoy your Pi Day next year. Celebrate it. Don't forget it. It's very important because we all love pie. Today I will cover a very special topic. Okay, I'm covering every day a special topic. I should stop saying that. I will do a reading of Excel files, and I have a file here in my folder, and I have already opened it. Here you can see it. It's just some test data from, I don't know, a specimen from the University of Illinois, I think it was. Thank you very much for uploading the data. And we have some header data. I made this up here, and also yeah, down here are the is the tabular data, and usually what you have is something in the head like when it was it done, what type was it, and I don't know, many more attributes. Let's get started. We want to read this with Python and work with it, and I think this is happening a lot. Like at our office, many people. I mean, Excel. I'm very. Sometimes I'm very disappointed. I mean, it is using Visual Basic for scripting, which is like, I don't know. It's one of the worst choices you could make. And also, many people take Excel for databases, but it is not a database. Save it differently if you have to save a lot of data. On the other hand, it is very useful for people who are not really deep into programming or scripting, and so I'm torn in between two worlds. Sometimes people abuse it too much. Okay, so I will get started here. No more bragging about it. Once more, I will start an interactive console, and there are two ways doing this. Reading this file, maybe I will write it down here. So the first one, you use openpyxl. Oh, that one was a screwed n. And I will also tell you when to use it. You will use this. I recommend it when you have single cells you want to evaluate, or a single data row, okay? And the second one, when you have tabular data, I highly recommend to use pandas. I'm also for pandas is really great for tabular data. I would say the financial guys really swear on this. It's a little bit heavy sometimes and also slow. That's maybe the reason why I'm not loving it, purely because I suffered sometimes a little bit from it. But on the other hand, it's those two are the strongest. So if you have single data, if you know where your data lies and you want to evaluate cells or whatever, use openpyxl. And if you want to have already a tabular and you just need to read it, then use pandas. Okay, so we will do this. In here, we will just I think it was load workbook for import. Yeah. So a workbook is an Excel file. Just that you know it. We will just simply do WB for workbook, and then the very astonishing command load workbook, and we will give the file in it, and it's already loaded. I think it is not a very small file though. Oh yeah, 400 entries. I mean, this is nothing for programming languages, such a small amount of data. Now, we have down here, we have these tabulars, which you frequently have in an Excel sheet. you can select the worksheet either by using the bracket operator, and this is German just for in case that you don't recognize it. And here we go, you have the worksheet. But what you can also do is, if you want to just use the last active one, there's also the attribute.active, workbook.active, and then you get out also the right worksheet. And this is almost everything. From now on, we have literally two ways to address these values. The first one is using the string format, where you use, okay, we want to have, let's take the date, because today is a nice date. It's Pi Day. We will use A3. Okay, so let's read out column A and 3, and what you get back is not the value inside directly. They kind of give you back a cell object, just that you understand it, and it has an attribute value where you get out the value. Now you might recognize one strange things here. This is a string, date, okay, but what is this U in front of it? U means Unicode. Now it's kind of like a computer has a tabular where you can look up a string is just a number, D is just a number in memory, and it has a tabular, and in which stands, okay, D has the number, I don't know, 475. I'm not sure. 32 is, I think, space when I got it correct. And these tabulars, Unicode is just a different string standard. So you can convert this to the string standard ASCII, which Python 2 is using. Python 3 is all Unicode, by the way. Yeah, you could just do the string operation on this value and you get your casual string. Note though, there's if you have symbols like I'm not sure about some Russian characters, Chinese I'm pretty sure that if you convert Unicode to ASCII, you lose those characters which cannot be covered by ASCII. That's the reason why they use Unicode in Python 3 continuously. Nonetheless, forget this. Just a little lesson about strings, and we can also read different stuff like A5 is, oh man, I need to do this right. Okay, is the ID, and now let's see if this B5 is also a string, if we have it to convert it. Okay, and it is not. You'd get out the value directly, which is very comfortable. Note that openpyxl, you will not expect it. It is extremely powerful. You can insert in this Excel file, you can directly insert graphs, yes, the graphs directly, and do many more like formulas, many different things. So don't underestimate openpyxl. You can do a tremendous amount of things, and I'm just showing you the basics of the basics today. We have now the ability to read out single values. So let's just read a data row, and I will show you how to do this properly. The problem is though that it's hard to iterate over a string here. We could do it, but it's you know, putting in here this, we want to have a row and a column index. We don't want to have a string. So worksheet has also the cell command where you input the row, which is 5 here, and the column, which is 1, and we should get out. Oh, that's a value. Okay, we got out the ID. Very nice. Also, this is good for iteration, and I will show you now. Let's just say we want to have the time from 14 to, I don't know, 40. Okay, and also the load values. I will use some list comprehension, so don't be afraid. We will read out the row, and we'll use some erow, and the column will be 1. and we will iterate over e row, and it will be in the range of, what did we say? It starts with 14 and it goes to 40. We have to input 41 because 40 is excluded. What this does is, this is list comprehension, like I said. It's kind of like a loop statement inside this list in order to build it up. I highly recommend looking it up in my other videos because it saves you a lot of programming. And also, what it literally does is you input in this list workspace.cell of this row here and column for the row index in this range. So it's just a loop statement where you get it out, and I almost forgot to add the value. Okay, and once we look it up, you see we have the time here, and we can also do this with the force. May the 4th be with you. Just keep fooling around. This is a Star Wars Day. May the 4th. If you don't know it, look it up. Also, 8th of September is Star Trek Day. Also really nice. Must think of what I will be doing there. Here we go. We have the force. And of course we can plot this. Let me just write this right. Plt.plot. And here we go. Time force. Let's make this red because I like red. And use crosses. Oh. Yeah, you should import it, right? That's what my mother said. Okay, my mother cannot do Python programming, but yeah, this is the data which we extracted. What you just can see is that the tensile in this area seems to be linear, elastic. So nothing special at all. But I just want to show you how you get out the data and do the reading. This is maybe like the beginning of openpyxl. You can use it for much more. Since Python, since Excel is very frequent in offices like mine, I think it is very useful. Now, the second thing I want to show you is how to get all of this data here much faster than with openpyxl. So we will import from pandas. I think it was read_axle. Oh yeah, today I'm totally hitting it. And you will instantaneously recognize that what I'm currently doing will be false and wrong. So we will read in this, like in openpyxl, we will read in everything. And what it will try to do is, it will try to extract a tabular from this file. And this will fail because it starts doing the tabular from here. And as you can see, this header, we want to skip this. We want to start here. And it doesn't recognize this automatically. And you will see it, I don't know, let's print the first 10, oh no, maybe the first 40 rows. So what you see here is, it is a tabular. This data frame, by the way, df means data frame, it's just a tabular. And it has no headers here, so no names for these columns, because there is nothing in the first line. And then it tries to parse every line here, as you can see, and it just totally screws up the upper part. NaN means not a number, that there's nothing inside. And yeah, we wanna start from here, and this is not working the way here. So what we will do is, there is an argument skip row, and we want to skip 12 rows and start with 13. And oh yeah, I tried to print all. No, skip rows. I always get this wrong. And what you see here is, okay, now he got it. The first column is called time seconds. The second one is load in Newton, extension in millimeters, and this is just a row index. And if you want to get out one of these columns here, really simple. Simply to do a df and then input here as a string what you want to see, and it must be exactly the same string as in the file here. And I can just show you. You get out a NumPy array, and it has a length of 394 here. And we can also do this for the load. So the load will be coming here. Of course it will be coming there. I'm assigning it. Let's take it in Newton. Okay, cool. I think it should still be loaded. No, I think not. Import matplotlib. Yeah, I'm typing this the whole day, matplotlib stuff. Here we go. We input time, the load, and let's make it, yeah, let's skip the X, the crosses, because you will see in a second this will be a lot of data. Ah, okay, popped up on the wrong screen again. Here we go. This is the tensile specimen data. You have the force in this direction. Here you have the time. And also here you have the curve. Really comfortable. And I highly recommend here the pandas module, because you can simply do stuff like this. Can take the time here. I don't know why I extracted it into own variables. Okay, because I wanted to show you actually what is inside, but it's just a vector of values. Let's use here maybe the extension in millimeters. Oh, I wrote it wrong. Yeah, it got it. Oh, it looks almost the same. So this is the tensile specimen. You simply pull on at each end, and this is the elongation in millimeters, and this is the force. You need to tear it apart. Very simple. So one more thing to mention maybe about pandas. Pandas, it can handle missing data here, those NaN values. You can do a lot of stuff with pandas, which is usually very horrible in programming, and it saves you just a lot of time. So if you have tabular data, once more, I recommend pandas. If you want to have single data rows or single data values, use openpyxl. Or, of course, the most awesome thing, which I also did, was I wrote my own Excel reader. Oh, this is not a fine W. Oh, this looks much better. Looks almost like a nose, like if you draw here, and I don't know, here, and here. No, now it looks more like, oh man, I don't know. I should quit this. I should stay an engineer. Yeah, you can just write your own library.